coach like this. And say, you know, I don't know, because we're out there. I said, well, I'm like Will Smith. I got to get me one of these. So I told that AD, I said, you know, if I'm ever at a place at the right time, I don't know where Coach Bibbs would be, but I'll be the first coach I'm going after. You know, you wait for folks to apply for positions, and sometimes you just go after them. Little did I know that I would end up at Grambling State University. You know, I'd heard, you know, talk in the profession about Pat Bibbs going back home. So I really hadn't thought about it when I accepted this job. But to sit there and go to over 60-some applications for this job, and even though I was aware that there was a possibility to see Pat Bibbs' application in there, you know, I said, woo, this is what I have thought about. And why? Coach Bibbs, as you know, is the former head coach at North Carolina A&T, previously at Hampton University. She became the 51st NCAA Division I head coach to join the 500 Victory Club. The first coach to win all 500 games at NCAA Division I historically black institution. And I think the only black coach, male or female, that has accomplished this. Coached the six players at North Carolina A&T to reach 1,000 career points. Coach Bibbs' impressive resume sparked a strong interest since she left and returned to Grambling. Now, while Coach Bibbs coached at Grambling earlier, she beat Big 8 foes like Texas A&M, Oklahoma. She also had wins against Mexico State, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, while at Hampton, knocking off Maryland, the Kansas Jayhawks, and on and on. While at A&T, her teams defeated teams like Wake Forest. I was at that game. UNC Charlotte and Clemson. 10 first-team all-conference. 13 20-win seasons. 13 regular season champions. 11 NCAA visits. 15 tournament championships. 177 wins in 13 years. 127 of those at North Carolina A&T. 10 Coach of the Year honors. Folks, I present to you, and I say, you know, I've been here a few weeks, so I can say, welcome home. That is.
I would like to say good morning to everyone and to let you know how honored I am. This is my alma mater, but how honored I am to be here. It's a blessing. You know, a lot of times when you're working extremely hard, sometimes you forget about the things that are most important. But I never forgot about my family back here. I never forgot about Grambling. When anyone asks, I always say that my first job on Division I was Grambling. Also, that I'm a graduate who was very happy to be a part of Grambling State University. You know, I was just listening to Dr. Conwell and Dr. Poe. I want to tell you, thank you so much. It takes a lot to do some of the things that you want to do, but it takes courage. It does. And I know that you are a God man who has so much courage with a lot of challenges. But I thank you for bringing me home. Dr. Caldwell, I know many times I used to come into Winston-Salem State, you know, because it was a rivalry. And I know a lot of times you would come up and speak to me like all the other ADs. But there was, I mean, I would have loved to, you know, for you to just ask, hey, Pat Bibbs, you want to be here? But again, there's only one school after I got to North Carolina A&T that I would leave for, and that's Grambling. I've had a lot of job offers that was not at a HBCU. I didn't go for that because that wasn't important to me. What was most important is that I would take and mold these young ladies who I knew sometimes could not have played at some of these major universities, but I wanted to let them know that they were gonna be on our schedule, and that was gonna be something that we were gonna do, and we did beat them. We really did. So that is my ministry, I would say. I just wanna thank so many people I can thank for getting me home. I just wanna thank you, Doug Williams, because I know your first coaching here, that you and Ricky McCall, God knows I know Ricky is smiling because he wanted me home, and he tried. And for those that really don't know who Ricky McCall was, he was the head trainer, and he always traveled with the women's basketball team, because he knew that after that game, that I was going to buy him a steak after every game. He knew that that's all Ricky wanted was a steak. But he was such an empowered person, and he definitely wanted me home. So I know that he's smiling. Another person I truly want to thank is my husband, because I've been away from Grambling for 15 years, and my family definitely endured a lot. And many times as they could get there to see me, they would come. So he's been a great support for me. I guess so. I've been married to the man for 38 years. So but I want to tell you, all of the accolades that have come my way, I could not have done it without great players, without great coaches. I could not have done this. But first of all, it was God. You don't know how many times I was away from Grambling that I fall on my knees at night and I pray that I could come home. In the morning, I roll out of bed on my knees because I wanted to come home. And as many times as I tried, and there were many times, it just wasn't the right time. And I said, God, when it's the right time, I want to go home. But not just to come. I love to fish, but not just to come to fish, because I tried that one time and it didn't work because everybody was working and I was the only one, that was not working. So I only stayed for 7 months away from the game until Dr. James Rennick's call. And it's amazing, on my way home, Dr. James Rennick called me. He is the president he is the provost, or the special assistant to the president at Jackson State University. And he brought me to A&T, and he said, Coach Bibbs, he said, congratulations. I'm driving down the highway, guys. All 13 hours, I was just happy. He said, Coach Bibbs, now you know you don't have to go to Grambling because Jackson State job is open. I said, Dr. Rennick, I guarantee you that I probably would have come to you because I know how I was treated. You are only as good as your administrators and administration. You are only as good. So that is why the success has been really good for me, because I've had great administrators. This is what I know that's here at Grambling now. So I know that we are going to be successful. I don't care how long it takes, but you're going to have some exciting basketball. You will have some exciting basketball, and I want to be able to talk to my young ladies, embrace them, see, because, when you sign with Grambling, when you put your name on that NLI, that means something. That means you are chosen. So I want to be able to bring caliber athletes in, look at what we have, and I know the expectation, but I guarantee you that the expectation that you have for me is nothing close to what I have for me. I want to win, and I want to win championships. And it's a good thing when you have good coaches. that can help you along the way. And I see one of my former coaches, Coach James. Yeah, you've been here for some time. And I know many times when we were going up and down the highway recruiting or whatever, but I know you let everyone know that I was the head coach, right?
Most definitely.
No problem, right? No problem. But I just want to, I see Philippe Carter, who was under my tutelage here when I was SWA, and those were the times that we were bringing in the SWAC All Sports Trophy. Many years, one right behind the other. It's like a domino effect. I am so happy to see you. I'm just happy to see everyone. Seriously. My good friend Monica Bratton, we were extremely close. We go way back, way back. I can just go on and on with names, but I just want to let you know that I'm so happy to be home. I know the expectation is high. I understand that. However, I'm going to give you what you want because I want it. Thank you so much.